and welcome to Date with the Divas. Thank you for clicking on our video. And since we know you'll enjoy it, you might as well click on that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, while you're at it, like our videos and hit on that notification bell so you never miss out on our greatest videos. Entourage, please grab your beverage of choice so we can begin the shenanigans, if I could say the word. Shenanigans. Ms. Antrice, begin.
Okay, Diva. So we're not going to do our normal hot topics tonight. We're just going to have some girl chat. Our favorite diva, one of our favorite divas, Nene Leakes, went viral today. I don't know if you guys heard about her little Instagram live that she did with Carlos King. For those of you who don't know, Carlos King is a really famous and prominent producer of reality TV. He used to produce Real Housewives of Atlanta during their heyday. And now he works with OWN and he produces Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage DC. Love and Marriage Huntsville is actually the #1 show on OWN. Well, anyway, he and Nene are good Judies. They love to hang out. And so they were having a drive earlier yesterday. And they were having a little kiki, and Nene, well, no, Carlos brought up the subject of side pieces, that the men in Atlanta are known for having side pieces. It's a common thing for those that live in Atlanta and find themselves in relationships. So Nene surprised, I think, Carlos and the rest of us with her response to the idea of a side piece, and their conversation went viral.
I'm like, yeah, because see, look, if I'm here in Georgia and you went to San Francisco for the, I'm saying any city. I'm saying if he went to New York for the weekend,
go ahead.
What you don't know,
won't hurt you.
it won't hurt you. However, if you're going to cheat, you need to do it with respect. Now you do need. I don't like people who are not respectful. So these are the ones that aren't respectful. Yeah. They're talking to the side piece and lying to them. First of all, you already lied to whoever this is on the side. So if you're gonna be respectful, you tell that person, you give me 50 feet on my woman. Don't ever approach me when you see me with my woman.
So that's the rule.
Number one, you can never approach. I can imagine somebody approaching me. It would just be like, what?
Who are you?
What are you doing right now?
Yes.
So yeah, I do agree that there have to be respectful cheating. Is that what you call it?
It's called respectful cheating. It's when your side piece doesn't call my phone saying, put my man on the phone, B. And I'm like, well, dang, girl.
Or posting on your social media.
Yeah, or when the side piece posts the arm of the man with his tattoos so you could see the year he was born and the year of his daughter. So that you can identify that, yeah, girl, this is my man too. That's disrespectful cheating.
That is.
Keep your side pieces in check.
That's true. Keep your side piece in check. Yeah. Well, if your man had a side piece, I mean, has he ever had a side piece?
My man?
Yeah.
Although he's African, he has never had a side piece.
Okay, divas. Now, what do we think about the concept of this?
I'm looking at the faces. I'm looking at Lava's face. I'm looking at
respectful cheating.
But it's funny. I had a great aunt back in the day, and she said that to me, and I said, "You must be crazy." She goes, "It's in a man's nature to go outside of the marriage. However, if he truly loves his wife, he cheats with respect. That means he hides it and he's very accommodating to his wife, but he never meshes the two worlds.
He doesn't throw it in her face.
Right. If he does it in her face, he does not care about her. But if he's hiding, it's because he loves her and respects her.
I lie to you because I care about your feelings.
Exactly.
But it's not about him. What about the woman? Those are the ones that, like, it could be respectful, but that woman gonna come, like, when she wants something more, that's when she throw it over and you be like, what?
But the
So
woman,
I don't condone it.
Either.
No,
But
no.
Right.
I don't condone it. I don't know anywhere condone it. But like this ain't it's not new and this ain't nothing new. Because I will say to you this, that there is that, like, I have known associates who have thought they were big and bad, and they the side piece and have approached they dude with their real woman and got punched in the face.
By the woman or the dude?
No, by the man. Okay. So I will say to you, most of the time, the wife, the main woman knows that there is a side piece. And half of them will tell, because they like their life and they're not trying to escape it. So it'd be like, get your B in check. And the rules are,
don't come out of pocket.
Don't come out of pocket.
Stay
Don't
in
come
your
out of
lane.
pocket. Don't be calling me on my anniversary when I told you this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be busy. I'm on my family vacation. Don't be blowing up my phone. Don't pop up at my job. I let you know where you're supposed to be popping up.
No Valentine's Day.
My wife walking other direction.
But those are all rules for the woman. Are there any rules for the man to follow?
Yeah, he don't bring it up in the woman's face either.
Exactly. You don't throw it in. You don't
bring
throw
it
it
up
in
to
your
the
face. I
wife
don't need to hear
either.
about your wife.
But I feel like if I know about it, you have been sloppy.
Not necessarily.
But I think they're talking a different part. So the part the I think from what Nene is talking about is, and I think what Lava is talking about as well, is okay, you have a relationship where there is cheating. The woman is either staying in here and, either if she knows or doesn't know. If she knows, she's like, okay, this is happening, but don't embarrass me. If she doesn't know, ignorance is bliss sometimes. He's doing his job because she doesn't know, and he's keeping it apart from.
Exactly.
Like she may have a feeling something's going on, but don't let me find proof. Or
There's also
what Nene said was, don't let her approach me. That was all I got from.
Well, no, she said, I don't want to know about it. She said, if you go to San Francisco, what you do, what I don't know won't hurt me. So basically she's saying, you go out of town, you have a little fun.
That's not a side piece.
Make it, but no, well, not necessarily.
Well, they go all the time to San Francisco.
It really, I guess it depends. Like if you're out there, you meet somebody, you have a little one nighter, if you have that person in San Francisco because you go to San Francisco.
I was gonna say, but you guys know there's cultures that allow that all the time. I mean, and I don't want to call out the specific cultures. They have multiple wives, potentially have other families. They have the main wife knows, but she don't care. I mean, like you said, she's being.
I mean, that's why Carlos said my man is African, but
yes, that's why.
But even not even cultural, not even cultural specific. You have people that are relationships they have full blown like mates, and then they have full blown side pieces that they've had for like years.
Yeah,
like years.
You just
I don't
side piece got to know their place.
So you guys all agree with her that.
Look at this relationship. You have some of these families where it's like
polyamorous.
No, where back in the day you had your mother knew that this guy
that the second wife lived
the other family or whatever he got going on.
I'm not saying I agree with her, but I just think I've met a lot of people in a lot of different types of relationships.
Most definitely.
And so for some people, they could be like, hey, I know, just like Lavelle was saying, like, I know this one person, I'm not enough for you, or even you're not enough for me. You go out and do this. These are our rules. So that may be, because I think some people they don't want to admit or say like, I'm in an open thing, but it's like, if that's the kind of rules that Nene has set up with whoever she's with at the time, then you're open. Like, you just don't want to say it. You calling it a side piece, but it's like, you don't mind if he does something else as long as he's not with you and you don't see it.
But my question is it on both sides? Because if it's just one sided, or can I have me a side piece too? Not saying I'm doing it, but do I have that same option? Because if you can do it, then let me go when I feel like fine man.
I feel like
I feel like it goes both ways.
Me too.
it would have.
And side pieces.
Alicia, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, and side pieces implicate a level of deceit. You know, either the person who is a side piece, because the side piece never really thinks to the side piece sometimes. So of course they're gonna cross those boundaries, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Because they think they're the main person, but it turns out they're not. You know, so
and sometimes they know they're not the main person. They just want to be.
And
the
sometimes
main
they don't want to be the main person.
Same person.
Right.
There's a lot of women that look for men that have wedding rings on because they want to be, they don't want the commitment or the relationship. They like that. You go home to your wife, you do this because you can take me to dinner, you buy my bags, you take me on vacation, but I don't got to deal with all your other clean up after you. I don't have to wipe.
But that man has to be able to afford that double lifestyle though. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like a double-minded man, but you know, using my money, the wife's money to pay for your mistress. No, ma'am. No, sir.
But that I agree with.
Nene should really say that part.
So what, he gotta have two bank accounts, Alicia? One for the side piece bank account,
one for fake cash,
one for the household.
Ladies in the audience, if you are side pieces, all your bills should be getting paid. Okay.
And if you are the wife of the man who got a side piece, make sure he ain't make sure it ain't taking it out of the household account or your money. Your money's your money. His money's your money.
Oh, go ahead.
Go, Juanita.
I was gonna say I just saw a clip of I know some of you ladies watch Housewives of Potomac. I haven't been watching the season, but I've been catching up, and I just saw a clip of Mia on the phone with her side piece, and Gordon, her then husband. I mean, they're going through a divorce now. Was there, and she's up there. Hey, say hi to G, and blah blah blah. And she was telling the dude like, "Oh, I love you. I'll see you later." So I was like. I mean, Gordon has come out and said, oh, we had an open relationship. Again, like Nene was saying, he was like, just don't embarrass me. So, I mean.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up, Marnita, when you were talking about the rules, having the rules, because that's what Gordon said in the finale when they have their fight and it all comes out. Apparently he had pancreatic cancer, some kind of cancer years ago. And, you know, he's old. He's old as dirt. Yeah. Years old. I guess his thing doesn't work like it should. So he told her she could step out and do her thing, but he only had two rules. One, don't embarrass me, much like what Nene was saying. Two, don't have this man around my kids. Apparently, she said you broke both the rules because you were staying out all night. You know, she started getting sloppy, and then he found out the kids were hanging out at this guy's house. And that's the thing about open relationships and rules.
They go out
always gonna break them
quick.
Yep.
And now he's losing his wife to this guy because, you know, he ran out of money. And so she's bouncing to the side piece.
And I did wonder about that because I was like, okay, I guess, you know, he knows. So she's, like I said, she had dude on FaceTime and Gordon was right there. But I was like, but you're filming for Potomac. So doesn't that fall under the don't embarrass me rule that you up here talking to another dude talking about, hey, I love you and I'll see you later. And I'm like,
Well, it's already out at that point. It's already been revealed in the, you know, series and stuff. So that's why.
He went on TMZ and embarrassed himself. Remember, we covered that.
Say what?
He went on TMZ and embarrassed himself. Remember, we covered that.
Oh, I didn't know where that was in the filming of whatchamacallit, of, you know, Potomac. Like if that part had already filmed where he was talking to the dude on FaceTime.
But it's also interesting that it just seems like it's more accepting on the male side. When it's the reverse, there's a big commotion.
But I think more females are doing it though. More females are doing it.
But men have issues because they're thinking, you heard, like, we're the receiver and we're receiving their essence. And so they struggle with it. They think it's okay that they can do it, but because we're a woman, there's no way we should be able
we have emotion and there's always some sort of
what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I was going to say, though, I follow this couple that's like, they're coming up in social media and stuff, and they did a whole live talking about how they are open, how it was the wife that brought it to the table, you know, how they both do their thing. And so, like, on one hand, I know how guys can be possessive, but just like watching them, and I know that that's like just one couple, but just watching them and like seeing like, oh, okay, there are instances where the dude is totally cool with it. Like, you know, they sitting there talking about, and again, they were talking about what their rules are and things like that, but it was just like, okay, you know, I am seeing instances where the dude is cool with the woman doing what she needs to do, as long as they, again, like we said, rules can be broken. And I would hope in a relationship they can talk about these rules and like, as things change, and not just be like, oh, taking the kids over to the other guy's house. So
Guy is okay with you being with other men?
do I
I'm
want to
sorry?
be?
Would you want to be with a man
If we were in an open relationship,
with
yeah.
other men? Like he's fine with it.
I mean, he could be a little jealous, but like if we're going to be in an open relationship, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, you go do your thing.
right?
Yeah, exactly. If he's with other women and
I wouldn't be in that relationship. I'm just asking. If
No.
If it would be, I don't think I would be okay with my guy being in another person, being with other people. So I don't think that that's going to be something for me. But I think that people that are wired that way, they're okay with it being both ways.
I think one thing, if you're going to do an open relationship, you need to set that before you guys get into it. Because what I've heard, because I've never been in one, but you see it, like you said, they get into these open relationships after they've been together with just the two of them. And then one of the other falls for that other person that they brought in. And like that actually breaks up their relationship versus it making it stronger. So if you're kind of thinking about that, you should start off with that. So you're not like, that isn't the catalyst that kind of breaks your marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I don't know if I could do that.
And I don't know where any other relationship could go. I mean, it could be like someone else just brought up that like, maybe this person that comes in from the outside of the marriage to be with the partner that or partners that are married, maybe they are not ever looking for anything serious. Because I would think about that. I was like, if I ever found myself the quote unquote side piece or the third person entering into this open relationship, like where can it ever go? Because if these people are like partners or they're married or whatever, where is it? How do I grow with this person? I don't. And so then it's like, okay,
I don't think the side piece is supposed to be growing if they know they're a side piece. They're
right,
in it for the
again,
money,
you have
the
people
sex,
that are lifetime side
But
pieces.
no, but if it's in my opinion, not that I've done this or know about this or just my thoughts, that if you are coming into this relationship, open relationship, and you're the third party, is from my understanding what Marnie is talking about. So
are we saying open relationship, or are we just saying a couple and a dude that's stepping out?
From my understanding, it was an open relationship. It started with two people, and now we're bringing in another person into this open relationship, right? So to me, I'm thinking that person that's coming, because this is an open relationship, the three of us should be growing together because we are in an open relationship. So it's not just about the two people, the two originals coming in.
And there are open relationships, because open relationship could be just means you can go out and have sex with somebody else, or it can be an open relationship where bringing another person.
Well, there's like unicorns that will date the couple. From my understanding,
they're called unicorns. You know that?
Yes, I heard it on a podcast.
She knows a lot about this, doesn't she?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Entourage. Maybe y'all need to be asking.
Nene's very well rounded.
So I'm in a very open. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I've met a lot of different type of people. So I was listening to this podcast.
It's on your algorithm.
Yes. And so this dude was like, "I'm a unicorn." He was like, "I will date couples." Now he in this case wasn't looking for anything serious. He was like, "I like to be with the couple. Wake up in the morning, bye, I'm gone." So, there are some people that it can grow where it's the three of us. And then there are those relationships where it's like, okay, I got these two women and I'm the man and we all fluid and we're all good, or, two men and a woman.
I just need you to back up real quick. You said it was one guy who likes being in
couples.
He liked dating a couple. He was also,
which means
he was gay.
Then two guys together and one woman.
So it could have been three guys, because this particular person was
going a little like off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure that one out. That just
bring it back.
But no, I have heard of I have heard of a woman that has
none of this freaky stuff that y'all got going on.
What I want to ask is
about stepping in
girls
and stepping out.
What I want to ask is, so can we dial it back to whatever person it is? So you have a couple, right? And whoever it is, whether it be the man or the woman stepping out, and they have their side piece. Now, so again,
it's not an open relationship.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm not saying. I'm talking about you have a couple, and
Side
whether it be
piece.
the
Side
guy,
piece means the other party does not know.
not know the other person is not, or like we said, may have some sort of inclination, but there's no solid proof about whatever the case may have. So back.
And there's an implicit secrecy because this is not agreed upon.
Right.
That's
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Same page.
So going back to, you know, the original topic, again, I don't condone it, but it does exist. But just like Lavelle said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if I, as a female, am in a relationship and I choose to have a side piece, yeah, there's some you know, TikToks about dudes, you know, dudes calling, you know, being mad because the girl is with, you know, her man and she's celebrating her anniversary, you know, stuff like that. So again, I think if we're gonna play, we're gonna play equal opportunity.
Right.
So who sent that thing to the group about Bob Marley's wife?
Rita Marley,
she had stepped out allegedly,
yes. And she has a kid,
right? And then Bob Marley was like, "Oh, the
Marley
kid had a certain trait," and he went and saw another guy that was like, "Oh, wait a minute, like you got six fingers, my kid got six fingers."
Yeah. Yeah, but I believe in equal opportunity.
Respectful cheating, to me, a side piece is not respectful.
I agree.
But what is respectful cheating? I didn't
exactly. It's an oxymoron.
I think it's just an open relationship, and she doesn't want to say it.
I will explain myself. Okay. For me, respectful cheating is like she started in San Francisco. You meet in San Francisco, you leave it in San Francisco, you don't share any personal information with this person. There's no possibility of my peace ever being interrupted because it was a one-time thing with a stranger and it stays there. For me, that's
not a side. That's just not a side piece.
No, it's not.
A side piece is something that's consistent.
Right. I believe a side piece.
Her definition.
That's what I'm saying. I think a side piece is not cheating respectfully. I think that now you've got emotions involved. This person is becoming attached to you. You're becoming attached to them. You're creating memories with this person. This person could get pregnant. Like
maybe you're just cheating safely because you're doing it with one person instead of like 100 people every time you visit a different city.
And you can't ever control another person. So that's not respectful, having a side piece. You're like falling for somebody.
I will say this. You're going under the guise like that. Yes, sometimes, yeah, emotions are involved or whatever. But at the same token, sometimes people can have controlled emotions and they're okay with you having your little, I'm good with your, I'm not saying but I'm good with your situation and I'm good with my situation. And yes, I do care for you or whatever. And I understand what you're saying, but what, you know, real talk, you know, respectfully, I'm not going to disrespect your marriage. I'm not trying to break up your marriage. You come to me when I need something. I come to you when, you know, so it's a mutual.
So you're saying thing. For the man or whoever's doing the cheating with the side piece, they're not necessarily, they don't have, it's just convenient. It's not.
It's just convenient. And again, feelings will be attached, but there's still some sort of respect that I'm not trying to mess up. I'm not trying to mess up whatever you have going on.
Side pieces always talk that talk in the beginning. Okay. And every man starts out with a woman talking that talk until she catches whatever feelings.
And then when she gets mad, then she has evidence to show to Team Z. So, you know.
I guess if he's smart, he ain't friended her on Instagram. He ain't friended her on Facebook. You know, he don't. Hopefully, well, I was gonna say he could probably. I mean, this day and age, you can figure out who his wife is or whoever it is. So he can. I'm just saying, but at least.
So, do you think that cannot be successful if that's like?
I think it can be successful.
I think it's successful. I think it's happening.
It's it may be a small percentage. It may be a small percentage, but I believe that there are some successful side piece relationships that have gone on for until death.
And I'm not even going to argue that, but I'm saying this: if you have an ongoing situation, that's disrespectful to our relationship.
Most definitely.
So, and to me, it's not respectful for you to have an actual girlfriend on the side. To me, that's.
But what if they consider them? You have two relationships, and he considers both of them their wives. his wives.
And both wives know
Do they
about
know
each
about
other?
each other?
We should all be aware.
Yeah, they both know about each other.
I think that's different because it's like about it.
I think that's different.
I think that's different because you kind of you know what you're getting into. I guess if you know that that's the person.
Let's say in the beginning you didn't know what you were getting into. It happened, and
he's like, "Oh, my other wife's coming over for dinner."
No. The two trains are they're running parallel, but they don't crisscross.
Well, but that's the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's the same thing kind of thing. Yeah, because you have your side person or side wife or whatever. I think
there's no respect. Just like Antri said, I agree. There's no respectful way. It's not respectful for you to cheat. But
one is less messier than the other.
Exactly. It's just like at the end,
right? And then
at the end of
the
the
day,
I was gonna say, there's no way it can not be messy for years at a time, because at some point, if there's going to be kids involved, they'll be messed with the kids. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be, I'm the favorite, I'm not the favorite. You know what I mean? Like it's always going to be.
Oh, you're talking about if both of them have kids.
Right. If it's Lavelle's situation that she was mentioning, well, it can always
be
you spend more time
with this,
you know what I mean?
Like A instead of family B. Like I
think that does happen, but I know of situations where the families do not intertwine.
Well, no, you don't. It's not that you intertwine.
And then there are situations where they do intertwine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just that, like, oh, okay, Dad only came over, the day after Christmas for us, and we know that he was with y'all on Christmas or whatever.
And Lavelle, they don't intertwine until the day of somebody's death. When he dies, the main man dies, and
when they all
meet up at the
funeral.
Then.
Well, you know what?
I mean, then they're all named. They're all named in the obituary.
But not a okay. Yeah. I get where you're coming from.
Wow.
But again, like I said, I will say there's no respectful way to cheat, but to a certain degree, if you're putting it in perspective,
it's a cleaner way.
It's a cleaner way to cheat. You know what?
Yes, levels. There we go.
Exactly. I didn't bring the chick in your face. I didn't bring the dude into your face. I still was dedicated. I still brought home, as a female, I was still dedicated. I still cooked your meals. We engaged in, sexual activity, and everything was good. I did all my womanly tasks, I never slipped up. I was good. I never threw that stuff in your face.
Right.
So I think was respectful of our relationship.
Honest. Like if you okay with your man dipping out when you out of the city,
am I okay?
Be honest. No. You, me, and
she's saying in general.
Yes, you, me, and Nene, or whoever, because Nene's saying she's okay with it.
I don't think she should be saying that.
But I'm saying if that's
what I was thinking. Antri, she just put that out there.
Don't ever give them permission.
Maybe she put it out there because she's giving herself permission, letting everybody know.
Maybe.
No, but you know what I think has become in Atlanta, what I think has become the norm, because the ratio between men and women is so big that people have come to this realization that it's going to happen anyway, so I might as well just accept it.
And it's kind of like the old school, like Lavelle was just talking about. It's like, okay, we think that this is going to happen, so these are the rules in which it can happen.
And circles are so small.
Yeah, I think if that is what you do, if that's your vibe, then that's okay. That's between you and your partner, because like I said, I'm just learning there are just so many different types of relationships. Like that's between you and your partner, but you have to be honest about what you want. And if that changes in you, then
that's
you have
the main
to be
thing.
able to have those honest conversations about, like, I thought this was okay, now it's not okay with me. And just knowing like what your boundaries are and being respectful of your partner. So not respectful cheating, but just respecting the boundaries that you two have set up for your relationship, or 3 or 4, however many of y'all it is.
I think we beaten this horse almost to death.
Well, this is I think it's an ongoing
interesting
thing. It's interesting, but it's an ongoing thing, and it is a true thing that is always going on.
Happening.
It's always going to go.
It's the dawn of time.
I do want to share Nene Leakes. She did a follow-up once she realized.
What? Let me hear this.
She had a little note for the side pieces of the world.
Oh.
If you are a side piece chick out there, I think you need to
love yourself a little bit more.
Love yourself just a little bit more. Me, I am number one or no number at all.
So she thinks.
Okay. So so
She
she's saying,
backtracked.
it's kind of backtracking, but then she's saying
rolled
I'm
it
never
back.
gonna be a
I
side
think
chick.
she's saying side piece is not where you want to be.
She was saying I'm never gonna be a side piece. I'm always gonna be number one. I thought she was saying
number one chick where you're
got it.
where things are being hidden from her. Yes, she was
respectfully.
Whatever. She ain't gonna be checking his Instagram and seeing his tattoo with another lady that she wasn't there.
But Entourage, what do you think? Jump down in the comments and let us know. Do you agree with Miss Leaks that there's a way to cheat respectfully? Or do you think, no, ma'am, no, sir, not me, never will have that? And if you guys
never had it, never will.
If you had a good time, so do us a favor and hit that like button. We do this every week. If you enjoyed the show, hit the subscribe so you can have a date with the Divas every week. So thank you, Divas, for another lively conversation. We will keep it going till next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.